Hi, everybody. Yay! This is Media Tip Tuesday, even though it's Wednesday, but life happens. Welcome, everybody. I am going to be talking about Facebook Live today, and I'm super excited about this because Facebook Live is so similar to live reporting in the field in journalism. So I want to share a couple of things that I have learned throughout my 15 years in being in TV with you today. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Michelle Burdo. I'm a former television news anchor, and now I teach small business owners, many of them just like you, how to look good and sound good on camera for business videos for your entrepreneurial gig that you have going on right now. I also teach people how to pitch to the media and how to get on TV. So we are talking about Facebook Live today because you need to be doing Facebook Live if you own your own business. And I'm going to be talking about 3 ways that you could really capitalize on Facebook Live. And I don't care what industry you are in. You could be a solopreneur, you could be an architect, you could be a doctor. We are going to run through so many examples that your little brain is going to be going crazy. Your wheels are going to be turning by the time we're done here on this Facebook Live discussion. So first off, I wanted to talk about why Facebook Live has been getting so much money is being put into it, and why are so many people paying attention to it. And I think it's really the first time that the average Joe can do number 1, get behind the curtain to really see how the things that they're interested in are created. And when you really think back, we have been doing this in different mediums for so long. I convinced my husband the other day to watch a documentary about the White House Revealed. I think it's on the Smithsonian Channel. And why was I interested in that, other than the reason that I love politics and everything about the White House? But I wanted to see what goes behind the scenes. What happens in the White House? How do the servants and the maids and the chefs and the cooks and the Secret Service, how do they all intertwine to create this wonderful symbol of our freedom? Well, you could think about that for your own business. Now, I'm based out of Orlando. There's a reason why there was a backlot tour. People want to know how things are made. Now, I know a lot of people in this community are in doctor's offices. Maybe you are the person that heads up the office and deals with the functionality of the books and everything like that. And you're saying, Michelle, you're a journalist. You know that we have HIPAA. And there's no way that we could do Facebook Live in our office to promote our practice. And I want to challenge you here because I'm going to tell you, yes, you can. Here's an example for you. What if you're a pediatric office and before your office opens at 8 o'clock in the morning, you do a Facebook Live session at about 7:45 or 7:30 and say, hey, everybody, coming to you live from such and such pediatrics. This is our waiting room right now. Here's how we're getting ready for you today. We know that you've been up all night long dealing with your sick little toddler or child, so let me walk you through what we have available to them to make you feel comfortable as you wait for the doctor. We have the soundtrack of Finding Nemo on. We have Monopoly out. We have stuffed animals. We have a yoga station, something that makes your practice different. You should showcase that on Facebook Live. Or what if you're a part of a doctor's office that has some sensitive material that people aren't always willing to be upfront with their questions? So for instance, let's say you are a fertility specialist and a lot of people want to say, hey, I don't know how this works. Like, I'm scared about the process. You have an opportunity to talk to those people directly on Facebook Live and walk them through what you do. This is where you sign in and say your name to the receptionist. Let me walk you through this corridor here. Let me show you where we do the exams and how we do them. This is the equipment that we use. After you go through this section, you enter this part of our doctor's office and we talk to you there about your options. Here is the nurse staff. Here's our doctor's staff. There are so many things that you could do that doesn't involve or violate any HIPAA laws whatsoever. Hi, Greg. Nice to see you. Hi, Marguerite. I'm giving you kisses from Orlando. So getting back to pulling people behind the curtain, there are so many opportunities here. I spoke to an architect not too long ago, and I said, how cool would it be if you did a Facebook Live session about how you're building this awesome spot that we have dedicated that a lot of people see the construction of what's going to happen in their community. Wouldn't it be cool if they saw the designs of how your architects are sitting at their desks pulling up how big that this structure could be, or what it will overlook? That's something cool that you could do on Facebook Live. And not many people are thinking about that because you're saying, hey, I'm an architectural firm. How am I going to use Facebook Live? Well, there's an idea for you. Also, if you want to do Facebook Live to talk about if you're a solopreneur, okay, and you're saying, Michelle, I'm in my kitchen. Well, hello, so am I. And I'm on Facebook Live. How am I going to show people what I do or the products that I want to promote? And I'd answer that by saying, you know what? Show them your messy life. Do you guys want to see my messy life? This is the clean side of my life because I knew that this was going to be on camera. But if I go like this, you will see the messy part of my life. That's the messy part of my kitchen. But you know what? People enjoy that. When I was a news reporter on air every morning, one time I had the courage, now I have to get the tripod back. One time I had the courage to show people what it was like at 4 o'clock in the morning as I was getting ready for a newscast. And do you know what? Do you know people were turning into a video of me at 4 o'clock in the morning, putting on my makeup before a live broadcast? Now, that is dedication because A, I don't know anybody who's up at 4 o'clock in the morning, but it gives people something special. It shows them what you're doing to prepare for the job that you have or the service that you have for the clients that you're going to be serving for whatever you put out into this world. So those are a couple of ideas of number one, pulling back the curtain, right? Okay, so number two. And this is what I call going on your first date via Facebook Live. Yes. Everybody's been there before, right? So you go on first date, and I remember at this point in my life, I said to my girlfriend, I wish I had an index card and just plop it on my head and said, hi, my name's Michelle, I have 2 older sisters, I'm from New York, I'm Italian, yes, my red hair is natural. Let's move on in our conversation to really connect. Don't you feel like that sometimes, even in your business, at networking situations? Well, what if you use Facebook Live to introduce yourself so you don't have to be going through the same spiel over and over and over again with your customers and the people that you're trying to connect with? So for instance, you could answer basic questions like, hey, for me, I would say, hey, I'm Michelle. I'm a former television news anchor. Now I teach small business owners how to look good and sound good on camera for videos for their business. Most importantly, I teach them how to engage with the camera. I teach them how to feel comfortable with the camera. I teach every introvert the secrets on how to really shine in front of a camera and to feel at ease. And sometimes those things are hard to do via a networking event when you're thrown around in so many different situations and you feel like you're really not having the chance to connect and go through that whole conversation with the person in front of you because you're going to your next seminar or maybe the networking event that you're at, the keynote is about to start. You could use Facebook Live to do just that. Introduce yourself to get yourself out there to make sure that people understand everything that you have to offer. People used to come up to me all the time and be like, Michelle, I don't need to get on TV, so I don't need your services. And I said, ho, wait a minute. Do you know how to copy edit a script to be on Facebook Live or any video for your video library? Because I know you all have video libraries now, right? Do you know how to do that? No. Okay, well then we should talk some more. See, it's just as easy as that. That's the kind of connection you have with Facebook Live. I can answer questions right now. Hi Lou, with my messy life quote, did you like how I showed my kitchen? I think you did. Maybe I should show you my laundry room because I have loads going on right now. Okay, so number 3 on what you can do to really use Facebook Live to your advantage for your business. We went through number 1, take people behind the screen. We went to number 2, do your first date on Facebook Live. And number 3 is you're able to test out all these different products that you have. And products doesn't have to be something physical. It could be a service that you provide to your audience, right? So for instance, if you're trying to figure out whether or not you have a tour that you would like to give in a certain location, maybe you're a travel agent and you want to see if something is really going to spur people to purchase more vacation packages, that's something you could introduce on Facebook Live of saying, hey, do I have the opportunity here to really have an audience for this product? Hey, Robert, so good to see you. I hope Jersey is treating you well and New York. And so what about if you're able to connect and say to people, okay, here's the real deal, everybody out there. I'm thinking about this product. I haven't put it together yet. Do you like it? I mean, I think sometimes we're just afraid to even ask those questions. Do you like the product, right? So those are the 3 things that you could do immediately for Facebook Live. I'm not talking about the equipment. I'm not talking about the lighting. I'm not talking about where in your house or your office you're going to be putting this on. To be quite frank with you, hey Cheryl, to be quite frank with you, it doesn't really matter. It's all about what the content is about. So my question back to you would be, did you prepare a script? Do you have bullet points? Are you sure you're driving home what you want to drive home? These are all the real things that you need to be asking during Facebook Live. So those are my 3 tips on how to use Facebook Live. I hate to cut this short because now I want to talk to Cheryl. Cheryl should be at work because she's a teacher. But maybe you're on spring break. I will give you some leeway here. So those are the 3 things I wanted to share with you today. I wanted to make sure that if you're going to be using Facebook Live, you're not just going to be popping up on Facebook Live to talk to people without having any idea of how you want to proceed in the conversation. That's not a good way to go, right? If you have questions about copy editing for your scripts, I use the term that you are creating for your business, hop on to michelleburdo.com, MICHELLEBURDO. Thank you, Lou. And you could contact me there via our contact page, or you could email me directly at Michelle, that's 2 L's, Michelle@michelleburdo.com, Michelle@michelleburdo.com, or you could contact me via Facebook. All right, guys, see you next time.